Good morning and welcome to another episode of On the Couch with Creatives, the show where we interview creative professionals no matter what their field. I'm Melanie Perry.
I'm Julie Hyde-Mew.
And this is On the Couch with Creatives. Fans and followers of the show will know that we are part of the Creatives Group, the #1 networking group for creative professionals everywhere. Together, we help you create at your best, connect you with like-minded individuals, and help you to really grow your creative business. That sounds like a good idea to you and you'd like to find out more? Please don't hesitate to reach out to either myself or Julie after the show, and we would love to talk to you. But I'm glad you're joining us for our seasonal last of year On the Couch. It's going to be very special. Julie, I'm quite excited. Who have we got on the couch today?
Well, as Melanie said, we're heading towards Christmas, so we thought it would be appropriate to have a very special guest on the couch today. And yes, folks, it's Father Christmas. Hello, Santa.
Oh, Merry Christmas, girls. Now, here's a little secret I know about you. You're both on the nice list. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
Well done. I hope you're pleased. You better stay on that nice list. Now, let's get on with our little interview. I'm so excited. Here we go. What would you like to know
Well,
about
for
me?
those out there, this is a proper Santa. Michael Townsend, he is a professional Santa Claus or Father Christmas, and we're going to find out all about what it is that he actually does, what he gets up to. But let's start off with what decided you, Michael, to become a Father Christmas.
Well, a long story. When I retired from work, I thought I wanted to do something that I wanted to do when I was a young man. When I was a young man, I was a stuntman. But because there wasn't enough work back in the early 70s, I gave up the ambition to be in front of the camera and I went to did many different jobs. But when I retired, I thought, you know what? I want to get back in front of the camera. So I applied to a few agencies to work as an extra, which is now called an SA. And I was lucky enough to straight away get some work, which was really nice. And as the work's been getting bigger and bigger and bigger, I slowly realized that I need to be a character. I was getting work like somebody in a crowd, that type of work. And I didn't want that. I wanted more. Then when we went into lockdown, I thought, you know, I'm going to grow my beard and grow my hair. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I can show you. My hair is absolutely enormous now. I've not had a haircut or anything done since lockdown. And the more and more I've grown my hair, and the more the character has morphed into Father Christmas, the more work I've got.
And that's amazing. You stand out in a crowd as Father Christmas. Nobody stands out in a crowd more than Father Christmas in your red suit.
Exactly. I don't even need my suit on. I've just come back from holiday and I must have made 20 videos for people saying, oh, will you say Happy Christmas to my granddaughter? Or will you say Happy Christmas to my son? And I must have made all these videos because I just look like Father Christmas, even without the red suit, which is a bonus.
Now, you don't just sit in shopping malls or in groves. You actually are a professional actor and you do act as Father Christmas in films and television ads, don't you?
I do, yes. If you look on my Facebook page at the moment, there are 3 TV ads I've done in the last 3 weeks. There's also a film coming out. I'm not sure if I can mention it, but we'll just say it's with Kiera Knightley, Black Dove. But yes, I've been murdered 5 times, not as Father Christmas, but as an actor. I've done many feature films. I've worked with Netflix on a couple of films. I've worked with a lot of lovely independents. I love working with the independent filmmakers. They've got no money. They just do it for the love of filming. And that's lovely. But over this last year particularly, 90% of my roles have been as Father Christmas.
Well, and we can see why. I mean, you are the archetypal Father Christmas. It's lovely. I'm quite excited sitting here talking to you. It's like, my Santa Claus is on my couch.
Lovely to hear. Thank you.
She probably wants to come and sit on your lap.
I do.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. No problem. But it's great fun. It's great fun being Father Christmas. One of the beautiful things about my job is everybody loves me. I don't care who it is, old, young, even the teenagers don't really have a go at me. They go, oh, look, Father Christmas. But they don't mean it in a derogatory way. They mean it in quite a nice way. So that's a lovely feeling.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, Michael, because there's something very special about Christmas. And I don't care how old you are, how skeptical you get, you carry the magic of Christmas in your heart always, I think. And when you see Santa Claus, it just comes out. It comes out. The magic of Christmas is there. And I think that is truly wonderful. And it must be a wonderful job to have that.
Exactly. That's the very reason the very thing I was actually trying to say. Everybody loves you. Now, what job, what person, what character can you think of which right across the board, and not only in the UK, but around the whole world, everybody loves? When I was on holiday a week ago, I had people from Poland, from Norway, from Russia, everybody coming up wanting their picture with me. I did not have my red suit on. In fact, I was in my swimming trunks, sitting by the beach, having a pina colada, and people still wanted to have their picture with me and send a message back to say they met Father Christmas on holiday. How wonderful. What a beautiful thing.
It must be wonderful for children to pull your beard and to know that it's real.
Yes. Now that's the real thing. I've had so many children. It's so lovely, warming to the heart when you hear the children say, "Mummy, that was the real Father Christmas." Isn't that lovely? That's what you want. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear them think that they have met the real Father Christmas with the real beard, the real hat, everything. I want them to go away feeling that I do believe. Isn't that, if I can make that belief go a little bit longer, they were doubting it, but then all of a sudden they've met me and think, he is real. I do believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I showed my son the picture of you in the Maldives that Julie sent over to me, and I showed my son because my son he's coming up to 11 and he is just on the cusp of, oh well, there isn't a Santa, you just buy the present. And I said, oh, what do you mean there's no Santa Claus? Wash your mouth out. I'll prove it, I said. And I showed him the picture of you, and I said, that proper Santa, look at that photograph, proper. And he looked, and he was like, oh.
Excellent. I love that. That's what I do it for. I mean, of course, I do it for the money as well, and I do get reasonably well paid. But I really do it because I want that warm feeling. I want to receive that warm feeling, and I want to be able to give that warm feeling. And to me, that's a big part of the character.
Well, even if children start not to believe it, they still want to believe the magic, because I knew at quite a relatively young age that Father Christmas was a made-up character, and based on an historical character. I hasten to add, but I did know that the parents were involved and it was all fun. And so even when I stopped believing in a real Santa crawling down the chimney, I still, even now as an adult, I'm still buying into the magic of it. I'm still loving chatting to you and looking at you. To me, that's magical. There's still that magic.
It is. I've reverted to about 5 right now.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, Santa Claus. I am. I don't feel like a year-old lady. I feel like a 5-year-old. Santa. I can't wait for Christmas. And I think that's amazing. To instill that in adults as well as the children. I think it's marvelous.
I also think it's quite interesting. I go to a lot of primary schools, and I go to a couple of Catholic schools as well. And I can sort of talk to them about the religious side as well as the Santa side. And they sort of get it. which is really nice. You know, I think that's a nice. I mean, Santa isn't actually religious, although he was a monk, although he was born in Turkey, which many people don't know, and because he was a rich monk, he used to give out lots of presents. He used to do lots of good, and they made him into a saint. And I can tell the children at the Catholics all about the saints because they actually understand the saints. So that helps an awful lot when I talk about the history of Father Christmas.
Well, Santa Claus means Saint Nicholas.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. But he's not Saint Nicholas everywhere. In other places, he's got different names. When I was on holiday, I spoke to a gentleman from Poland. He said he was called Christ Creed or something, which is Christmas Day or something like it's slightly different. And they don't give out the presents on Christmas Day. They give out the presents like, so many days afterwards or just before New Year's Eve. They have a different way of doing it. But it's always the same character. They got it in different countries, they do it different ways, but the character is always the same.
And did you know, this is a useless fact that you can astound people with next time you go to a dinner party, that Santa Claus is not traditionally dressed in a red suit.
No, I know. This is called the Coca-Cola outfit.
The Coca-Cola ad. So
yes,
we
exactly.
are buying into corporate American greed
exactly.
because they wouldn't sponsor the parade unless Santa was dressed in their corporate colors, which was white and red, and Santa was always in green or brown.
That's right. Yeah. And Pepsi at the same time brought out another advert with Santa in all in green, but the green just didn't take off. People just believed more in the red. And also I have different other outfits. I have a summer outfit. I have different little outfits that I use for different times. So I'm not always just in this outfit.
So are you available for hire for corporate events, private parties?
I'm available for anything that anyone wants to pay me for. But I do a lot of corporate events. I do lots of home visits as well, which are really nice. I love the home visits. Actually going into the people's homes or in the middle of their Christmas party and Father Christmas turns up. How wonderful. And, everybody's excited. I do some grotto work, although I'm not keen on grotto work. I won't go into why, because I think it's a bit too commercial. Shall we just say that?
Well, I love the red suit. I have to say it's very vibrant.
Yes.
It's a different holiday. So I do thank Coca-Cola for that because I do think that the red is an improvement.
The things I love doing is probably certainly the adverts. I love doing adverts. I love doing interviews like we're doing today. This is great fun. What a lovely thing to do on a wet, cold morning, and we're having a lovely chat about Christmas. It's a lovely thing. I like doing the corporate parties where you've got all the families and all the children from the company all come together. They're really good fun. I love going to people's homes. That's good fun. And I like doing the schools. The schools is great because I get an audience of about 500. And I go around to each class and I talk to each class and we sing jingle bells and they ask me questions. And some of the questions are really weird things, like, why aren't I being pursued by the police because I'm breaking into everybody's home? Yeah, you wouldn't think that was a question, would you? But I did get that. And I had to explain, well, I've got permission from the parents, so I'm not breaking into everybody's home. How comes I can fly around the world and no other places want to, and I can go through different airspaces without getting permission? Well, on one night of the year, I, Father Christmas, have permission from the whole world to fly wherever I want. And that's the only time it can happen.
Oh,
they're the sort of questions you get. You've got to be ready for them. But I like all that, though. I like the fact that the children are thinking about it.
Yeah, they don't like the idea of Father Christmas being blown out of the sky by our air defences.
I try to avoid saying things like that because that'll only frighten them. I don't want to. I don't talk about wars or anything. I try to avoid religion as much as possible, but as I say, in some of the Catholic schools, I have to include it. I definitely do not talk about war or trouble. I always avoid anything to do with that. As far as I'm concerned, everyone's at peace and the whole world is happy.
Do you do charity work? I mean, do you visit hospitals or without being paid?
Yes, of course I do. I try not to do too many because I can get swamped down. And at the end of the day, this is my living. At the end of the day, this is how I pay for my heating and my rent. But yes, I do some charity work, but I try to limit it down to 2 or 3 a year, not much more than that.
Now, do you have 3 top tips for people or anyone? Well, when I say people, I'm talking about men specifically. Any man who aspires to become a Father Christmas.
The first thing is most people think you need to have a long beard. Well, I'll be quite honest with you. If you've got a long beard, big tick, bonus. But if you haven't, clean shaven men can now get stick on beards look better than what I've got. They look fantastic. So if you're thinking about doing it seriously, then invest in a good quality beard. Also, if you think about doing it seriously, invest in a good quality outfit. There are some really, really poor outfits out there. And anyone's in a poor outfit is immediately no good. An outfit like mine, this one here cost me £700. I've got 2 other outfits that cost round about the same. In America, they're around about £1,500, but you can get away with something as low as, say, £400 or £500 if you want to do it seriously. So it's a serious outfit, serious beard, and look the part. The next thing is, don't go in for the money. If you go in chasing the money, you won't get it. Go in because you want to be Father Christmas. You want to bring joy. You want to bring happiness, and you want to see those children bobbing up and down with excitement. And finally, the last and most important thing is enjoy it. Get as much fun out of it as they are. Let them see you are enthusiastic. Let them see you're enjoying every minute of being Father Christmas.
Oh, yes, that's wonderful. Well, and you're absolutely right. And you have to have the right, you do have to have the right attitude of being Father Christmas, because Father Christmas is love personified, really. You know, you can't go into it with a bad attitude, can you? You can't. It won't work. It won't work. Oh.
Now we're going to delve into Santa's psyche. Melanie has got her cards out. This is called the Values Jam.
Right, I'm
and
listening.
This is the fun part of being on the couch.
Is it fun? Fun for you?
It's fun for you, and it's fun for us as well, because some really weird things come out of this conversation. So you are going to pick a card. It's going to show a value, and we're going to ask you questions about that value. And you need to answer. There's no right or wrong answer. You need to just answer the first thing that comes into that fuzzy white head of yours.
Okay. So how do I pick a card?
Okay, I'm going to run my finger along the cards. And when you say stop. Stop. Right, let's have a look. You picked, let's have a look. Oh, got the wrong glasses. Oh, this is a good one for Santa. This is a good one for Santa. And the things that we've been talking about. You picked the value of well-being. Well-being, yeah. Everyone feels better when they meet Santa. So I think it's quite
absolutely.
We're going to ask you creatively, because we're all creatives here, creative professionals. We're going to ask you a bit creatively about well-being and what it means to you. So are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Santa, what does well-being mean to you? First of all, if you could see it physically, what does it look like to you?
A smile.
Oh,
that's it. Smile.
I love it. I love it. What does it feel like?
Oh, now, I think it feels like this. It feels warm and cozy and cuddly, like you're wrapped up in a lovely, cozy, soft blanket.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I would agree with that completely. If it had a sound, what would it sound like?
Now, this may sound a bit weird, but I think it sounds like a river. A river, because when I sit by a river, you hear those waves, not the waves, the rippling of the water. It's just so peaceful and so well-being. I think to me, the sound is a river.
Oh, that's nice.
The
The
babbling
gentle
brook.
rippling water.
Yeah, that's it. You got it, 100%.
And what if it had a smell? What would it smell like?
You asked the first thing came into my mind. It was roast dinner. Didn't it? I thought, oh, roast dinner. Like, yeah, Sunday roast.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's marvelous. I think that is marvelous. Well, that's about all we've got time for today, because I know that you're very
No, you must
busy.
have me some more. You must be
Yeah,
more
we'd love to talk to
questions.
you. We'd love to talk to you all day, but we know, Santa, you're very busy because you've got lots and lots of work to do next month, getting ready for all those boys and girls.
I know. I'm very fortunate. I've got 42 bookings, 42 performances. I've done over the last week, I've done 4. So I've got another, 38 to go. So it's just the start. But I'll get into it slowly and then I get going, and then I'm doing 3 a day for
Wow.
the last
Do
week.
you actually get Christmas Day off?
No. No, I work Christmas Day until 4 o'clock. I'm doing Christmas dinner with Father Christmas in a very nice posh golf club.
Oh, lovely.
And then I come home and my partner and the family are all there, and then we have a lovely Christmas meal when I get in. So it's usually about 4 o'clock-ish, 5 o'clock-ish, and that's when my Christmas starts. Christmas Day, 4 o'clock, then.
Well,
Lovely.
Father Christmas, we wish you a very happy Christmas and all the best for the new year to you, to Melanie, to me, and to everybody else.
And I wish everybody Merry, Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho.